towards their respective targets. From St James's Park, Martin Tyler.
Well, Chris Waddle's exceptional form has influenced Newcastle United's team selection. The plan is for John Anderson to operate on the left side of midfield to try to cut off the supply to his former teammate. 19-year-old Paul Gascoigne returns after 4 months of pelvic trouble. That's something of a gamble, but it does release Peter Beardsley to a freer attacking role. And Beardsley told me again today that he's quite happy to see out his contract here. David Pleat only joined up with his players less than 3 hours before the kickoff. Gary Stevens had already passed a check on a hamstring injury. There were thoughts of resting Ozzy Ardiles, who's had a lot of games recently, and Glenn Hoddle, who's not quite fully fit. But the only change is at substitute. Nico Claessen's feeling under the weather, so a late call for Tony Galvin.
Number 8, Paul Gascoigne, and number 9,
and the referee tonight is
Goddard.
Jim McCauley from Leeds.
Substitute number 12 is Tony Cunningham.
Well, here we are on March the 25th, and extraordinarily, this is Tottenham's first game outside London since the turn of the year. 16 matches in 1987, they've all been in the capital. Tottenham in a change strip tonight of all light blue, facing the famous black and white stripes of Newcastle United. Newcastle beginning a run of 4 consecutive home games, which they hope might sort things out for them in their plight at the bottom of the table. Ray Clements will always have a soft spot for the opposition tonight. He made his 1000th senior appearance against Newcastle some 18 months ago. So it's Richard Gough with the free kick. The pitch was soaked by overnight rain, but it's been a bright day, and a lot of that water has drained through. Neil McDonald. Here's Paul Stephenson. And Ardiles sorting it out for Tottenham. Plenty of spring in the step for the 34-year-old Argentinian, who's fully fit now, really for the first time for a couple of years. And that's why David Pleat really has stayed with him and an unchanged side following Sunday's triumph over Liverpool. Chris Waddle played a major part in that, of course, and it's his pass for Steve Hodge. Clive Allen and Hodge. Martin Thomas kicks it out, and it's just over by Waddle following in. He'd started it, and he very nearly finished it. But Steve Hodge, who scored twice against Newcastle for Aston Villa back in October, was very nearly in for the opener here for Tottenham. And then Waddle with the goal gaping, although the ball didn't run truly to him. Clive Allen being forced back and being fouled. Glenn Roeder and Clive Allen are old friends from their Queen's Park Rangers days. And Paul Allen was caught by Gascoigne, who's really fired up at the start. Allen had been trying to prize away through the middle and found his path was blocked, and Gascoigne, after a bit of a bump, raised an arm. Neil McDonald's header. And Mabbutt had the ball and the free kick. Well, Waddle has been back here before. He played for Tottenham here last season and scored in a 2-2 draw. And Ardiles, after some neat footwork, is sent flying by the exuberant Gascoigne. That was nicely done by Gary Stevens. Clive Allen might get a second bite at it, and it's prodded in. It's Hoddle who has it. And Tottenham, chasing their championship dream, have made a good start at St James's Park, thanks to the endeavour and enterprise of Stevens, the force here of Clive Allen, and then Glenn Hoddle cropping up with a striker's goal, really. And with 9 minutes gone, Newcastle United are behind on their own ground, but Hoddle might just have come back from an offside position to get that, but the flag stayed down. Goff across covering. And carried by Anderson. And Newcastle certainly have to try and step up the rate now. Goddard and Beardsley. Away by Goff. Wharton. Here's Hoddle. And Waddle is on his way. Only Clive Allen up with him. But Hodge is making tracks on the near side. And Paul Allen was the fourth member of the strike force for Tottenham. It didn't reach Clive Allen. Gary Stevens climbing on the back of Goddard. Roeder and Jackson making their way forward. It's played by Beardsley towards Jackson. Goddard is there, Stephenson is there, and was off balance when he struck it. But it was well rehearsed, the free kick from Beardsley. Gascoigne. This is John Anderson, Beardsley to his left, and Newcastle simply filling the middle now. Wharton. Back from Anderson. And Thomas, that was an important header for Tottenham. Stephenson. And it all comes to naught because of a foul throw. It's been an invigorating first 20 minutes. Referee advising Mitchell Thomas out of your picture, but he was aware of any potential time wasting. A bit early for all that. Tottenham will be better advised, I'm sure, to make attack the best form of defence with their one-goal lead. And Stevens was late. And he's going to be spoken to. Wharton was past him. It was a calculated foul. Hoddle. Now Thomas. Gary Mabbutt has made his way up on the far side. If Thomas can get in a deep cross, and it is indeed aimed towards Mabbutt. And the volley was for Waddle. Well, after the last two games, you rather get into the habit of expecting it to end up in the back of the net when Chris Waddle decides to shoot. But it's a measure of Tottenham's ambition to add to their lead that Mabbutt was there at the far post, forcing the half clearance, which Waddle couldn't deal with. Waddle. Again. And Newcastle at the moment having difficulty defending down their left-hand side, and turns like that would disrupt many a defence. Cross not deep enough for Hoddle on that occasion. Goddard took it brilliantly away from Mabbutt, who held him a little bit, and then Goff conceded a corner. He's a very honest player, Paul Goddard. Others might have looked for the penalty and might have got it. It was Mabbutt that there was a suggestion of a foul against him by, and not Goff, who won the ball cleanly and put it behind. Beardsley attracting the ball again as it came out from a crowded area. Another example of his perception, just taking a more distant view of proceedings. And his shot has won Newcastle another corner. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the first half. And Clements couldn't get there, nor for Newcastle could Jackson. Allen buying his side some time brilliantly. Clive Allen, that is. Hodge. And it's Paul Allen who's offside. These days, Tottenham are constructed for the counter-attack. Goddard setting off again, with a little bit more in hope than in expectation. And Ardiles can take the steam out of Newcastle once more. We're into the second minute of stoppage time. A fascinating match, which doesn't in itself answer any questions, but it's an important piece in a complicated jigsaw. And at half-time, Tottenham go off 1 goal to the good. The scorer, Glenn Hoddle, after 9 minutes. And it was a goal that injected anxiety into bottom of the table Newcastle United. They haven't really recovered from it yet. At half-time at St James's Park, it's Newcastle United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1.